Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to Charlie Tries World. And today we're going to be talking about the backpack that I bring with me anytime I'm leaving the house, that I'm going to be editing, getting some photo editing done, getting some video editing done, just so I can have this with me and everything is contained in the one spot, and it's nice and easy to carry around and throw it on my back. So without further ado, boys, let's get straight into the backpack. So the backpack, it was a gift given to me by my mother and I'm really grateful for it. But one of the things that I love about it the most is that it is a very minimal looking backpack. It's just a straight black leather backpack. It is from Calvin Klein, as you can see from the belt or the zips, and then one big patch on the inside, but that's on the inside so I don't mind. There was a smaller one just right here, but I actually took it off because it was just stitched on, so I just cut those little stitchings so that it wouldn't have any big logos on it or anything like that, because I didn't want anybody to look at the bag and think the bag was expensive, never mind what was inside the bag. So when speaking of inside the bag, we have 1, 2, 3 zippers, which is absolutely fantastic. You have loads of space to throw everything in it. The camera is finding it extremely difficult to focus on it because it's a black leather bag. But without further ado, boys, let's look at what's inside the bag and let's talk about that stuff. So in the main zipper, or the first little zipper here, we'll go through this one because it's got very minimal things in it, because I don't want to carry around a real heavy bag. So this is just the essentials that I'll keep with me, that I know I'm going to need when I'm out and about. So something simple as a little paper journal. It has a little loop that I put in it. It's made of tape. So this is a great little trick for anybody when they get a journal. You get a little bit of tape and you tape it, and then you loop it around itself, and then tape it on the other page. And then what you do is you put tape on the inside of it, and then it creates this small like pen loop. It's super simple. That's just black electrical tape, and then I had this like matte black pen from Agenzio. It's a nice pen. It's a little ballpoint pen, really comfortable in your hand. It's matte black, so it suits everything that I love. And then it just slides in there, and then it has everything that I need right there. So that's great for writing anything down that I want to get out of my head and into the journal so that I don't forget it. I'm really bad at coming up with ideas and then keeping that idea in my head because another idea just overtakes it. So what I'll do is I'll write it down. This is mainly for YouTube, and then some of the thoughts that I have and ideas that I have for other projects that I'm working on. But it is great because you can just write it down and then throw it back into the front of the bag. The other thing is I bought a lot of ND filters, CPL filters and camera gear and stuff like that, so go and check out my camera gear video. But when you buy a K&F concept thing, they always send you these like microfiber cloths. They're actually fantastic because they're like compressed into these tiny little like it's tiny, and then you unzip it or rip it open, and then it's perfectly sized like this big microfiber cloth in it, and the cloths are actually really good. So I do like to keep them on me just in case I need to clean the laptop screen or clean my glasses or anything like that. So they are all kept in the front of the bag, and that is actually it for the front of the bag. That's all I keep in there. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this kind of minimal. I'm trying to keep it so that it's very empty when I can take everything out of it, so that if I have all the stuff on the table and someone decides to grab the bag, there's nothing in it. So I'm not too worried about it. It would be a shame to lose such a nice bag. But if everything's out of it, if the stuff that I'm using is out of it, there's nothing in it, nothing else in it. So that's very nice to know. The second thing that we have in it is this TomTalk Tech Organizer. So we'll jump into that now in a minute. So we can leave that there. And then the other thing that I keep with it is a Joby Gorilla Pod, and then I have a small rig head on it that's just screwed on to the mount. It is a cold shoe mount, so we can mount things on it. That'll make sense now in a minute, so we'll leave that there as well. And then I'm pretty sure That's also it for the front of the bag. The tech organizer takes everything and bundles everything together, so that's really, really nice to have. And then other than that, in the main compartment, zips are up here. They're really nice YKK zippers, by the way, and they also have, like, on the zip itself, there's almost like a hinge, so that whatever way you grab it, you can grab it and it'll unzip. It kind of goes with it, you know. But then other than that, the only other thing that I keep in this bag is, of course, my laptop. This is the MacBook Pro M4 Pro. Yes, yeah, it's the MacBook Pro M4 Pro in a 14-inch. It is absolutely fantastic. It is an absolute powerhouse. I absolutely love it. It was one of those things that it was a heavy investment, absolutely, but it is probably one of the best investments that I've ever had, because it allows me to get out of my room and go and do the things that I want to do in another area, and it lets those creative juices flow when you're somewhere new. So without further ado, let's get into this TomTalk bag. This is the TomTalk Tech Organizer. All the links to the stuff that I use will be down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get straight into the TomTalk bag, because there's a lot of stuff in it. Okay, let's get straight into it. The Joby with the small rig cold shoe GorillaPod will make perfect sense in a minute. So we are using the DJI Mic 2s on my head. I have it clipped in there. If I'm not using the Mic 2s, I'm using the Rode Video Micro on the camera. So the Rode Video Micro usually sits on the camera, and then when that's with the camera, this whole Joby thing makes perfect sense, because we can actually put it onto the Joby GorillaPod, and then we can use that for voiceovers by talking directly into the microphone. It is one of those things that I've seen other people doing, and it is such an ingenious thing to have a portable mic setup. And I say portable because you're also bringing it with your camera, so it does make perfect sense to have it, and then you can do your voiceovers when you're recording. And those video micros are actually really, really good mics, so the sound quality of them is actually fantastic, especially when it's just resting on the GorillaPod, and then you can talk straight into it, and the sound quality is really, really good. So that is the first thing that I have the GorillaPod for, and then also I can throw it on the camera whenever I need to as well. If I want to get another shot, I also have this little camera with me just for more B-roll and stuff like that, so we can leave that up there. The TomTalk Tech Organizer. It is probably one of the best things that I bought, because it's got a strap on it. It's easy to pull out of the bag, but then it actually surprisingly holds a lot of stuff. So we'll zip it open and look at all that stuff. There is loads of stuff in it. So we can peel it back like this, and then it kind of sits open, so you can also leave that there, and then you can like just grab stuff from it. So one of the main things that I have in it is, of course, my laptop charger. I am going to be replacing that with a Ugreen 3-in-1 charger, but I just haven't got around to picking one of those up yet. So there we have my MacBook charger. It is pretty big, so I do want to replace it. And then, of course, the cable from my MacBook charger. I then have a Lacy 2TB rugged hard drive. Absolutely fantastic hard drive. That was also a gift from my mother, so shout out to you, Mom. Absolute legend. So the Lacy hard drive with the MacBook, that gives me 3 terabytes of storage, so it is absolute necessary when you're shooting on these cameras. I'm shooting on the ZV-E10 Mark II. That's 4K. It shoots in 422 color. The file sizes tend to get pretty big, so it is nice to have more storage on the go. Another thing that I use is these Logitech Pebbles. It's the M350. Absolutely fantastic little mouse. It's so small. It has a good wheel on it, and then 2 nice clicks there. It's tiny. It fits in the bag. It's just that if you want to do more, if you're editing for longer, the trackpad is fantastic, but it is nice to have a tiny little mouse that actually fits in my hand quite nicely, and it is really comfortable. So inside the pouch we also have this little zipper where I usually keep this cable, but we were just using it. So this is a lightning to USB, and then it's a USB to SD and micro SD, but then you also have a micro USB on the other side as well. Very, very nice to have. I usually end up just transferring the images over to my phone and then airdrop them over to my laptop. I do need to get a USB-C adapter. That's one of the things that I like to use, but I only have a iPhone 13. So with the 13 it is lightning, so you have to use a lightning adapter. And then I have a USB-C to USB-C cable that goes with the Lacy hard drive. I have a pen in case my black pen stops working, and then I have a gift from my girlfriend, who is an absolute legend for this. She got me the AirPod Pro 2s. So the AirPod Pro 2s are absolutely so good. They are the best headphones that I've ever used. I have the original AirPods, the first generation, and I used them solely up until my girlfriend got me the Pro 2s, and the Pro 2s are unbelievable. The sound cancelling, the sound quality, the battery life, everything about them is absolutely fantastic. So highly, highly recommend those, and shout out to you. Go and check her out on Instagram, Euclid Exotics. Absolutely fantastic Instagram as well. And then that is it. That is all that's inside there in that TomTalk carry case. But the tech organizer, it is absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit bigger than my hand, so you can be surprised on how much gear you can actually fit in those. They are fantastic setups. TomTalk, you make some really, really good gear. If you've seen my last video, I'll leave it up here for you guys. It is when I talk about my TomTalk sling and my everyday carry of what I bring with me in that. It is a fantastic sling as well. I'm looking at getting the 1.5 litre just so I can use it as a everyday carry, so I can have my phone in it, my AirPods in it, and one of my notebooks in it. I always keep a notebook on me, as you can see in that bag. I'm currently using these Muji ones and the Muji pens. They're expensive for what they are, but they're absolutely fantastic. The paper on the Muji stuff is so good, and then the pens are fantastic. I've never been more obsessed with pens before. So if you've ever used a Muji pen, you'll know, and it's the 0.8 nibs, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'll check and I'll leave it down in the description. But yeah, that's it. That's what I keep in my bag. That is what I bring with me whenever I'm leaving my room, whenever I'm going out and I want to bring my laptop so I can do some editing while I'm out, because editing takes up so much time when it comes to these YouTube channels, but it is part of the process that you have to enjoy, or else you're really going to hate it. And then last but not least, I have started over on Instagram to do a 100-day Polaroid challenge. So I have been keeping my Polaroid camera on me as well. This is the Instax Mini 9. Very, very nice. Take a picture, Polaroid comes out, and you know what? This is actually going to be for day 3 is my camera. Okay, doesn't want to work. And there we go. Beautiful shot. So hopefully that turns out well, because sometimes the shots don't turn out great, but it is quite fun. It is really nice to have. I'm going to be turning one of these journals that I have into the 100-day challenge, where I'm going to glue them all in, and then we're going to be able to look back at them, and it's going to be really, really fun. So I appreciate everybody for joining in and watching and leaving some comments down below on what you keep on you all the time. So leave it down in the comments below. What is your favorite EDC backpack to use? Because I'm not really in the market for looking, but I always am looking at new backpacks. So if any backpack recommendations, leave it down in the comments below. But this backpack from Calvin Klein It's a fantastic gift as well, so appreciate you. And we shall leave it with this photo when it develops, because if anybody's used Polaroids before, you know that they gotta develop first. Ooh. So yes, the next video that we're going to be talking about is a review on my Sony ZV-E10 Mark II, which is what I'm using to record this right now. I'm also using the ZV-1 up top, which is getting the top angles. The ZV-1 is absolutely fantastic. You've seen that in my Tomtoc sling bag. That's the camera that I bring with me everywhere because it's so small and so compact. It fits in that Tomtoc bag really, really nicely, and it is an absolute fantastic camera to have on you all the time. I know a lot of people are shooting on iPhone. I just feel that the iPhone doesn't give as much depth, and it's very hard to get really, really good shots, especially the fact that I'm using the 13. Maybe if I upgrade to the 17, it's one of those things that, you know, those phones are expensive, man. It's like €1,500 for a phone. So leave it down in the comments below. Is it worth upgrading, or should I just keep using camera gear? I know the answer, but what do you think? Let's talk about it in the comments below. So this is going to be for day three of the Polaroid challenge. So head over to my Instagram to go and check it out. Charlie Tries World over on Instagram as well. And there we go. There is the photo for day 3. I appreciate everybody joining in and stopping by and saying hi. And on that note, it's Charlie Tries World, and keep on trying new things. Peace.